This video is sponsored by Novoline. Use code DreamHax for 10% off. Though this is sponsored, the review is completely unbiased. This is my raw opinion. Enjoy the video. Hello everybody, DreamHax here, and welcome back to the channel. We are on a new client today. You might not have seen this client before. You probably have heard of it before though. This is Novoline. Novoline is a public client. It is available for, I believe, $25. It might be $35. Number will be on screen right now. And I can't remember numbers, but it's a very, very good client. I would argue that in its current state, when you compare it to other clients like Moon or Remix that are also public, not comparing this to private clients until later on in the video, it is better and is probably the best public client you can buy at the moment. No hacks, just chicken. Well, I am hacks and not chicken. Sorry to break it to you. All the bases covered. It's got a speedy fly, a speedy speed, a speedy killera, if that is how it works. It's a nice killera, basically. The visuals are pleasant overall, and you know, compared... Oh. Okay. It does that too, I guess. But when comparing it to other clients, it really just is kind of like the best of all worlds. Like, you know, you got like pleasant visuals and stuff and a nice click GUI and, you know, things like that. It is lacking in a couple departments, you know, things like quality of life, customization, but bypass wise, the bypasses are just solid. And I'm not here to give like a full, you know, full-fledged like epic pros and cons of Novoline review. I'm just here to give my opinion and show you guys, you know, how it be like the, you know, how the whole client feels in general, you know, kind of give my take on it. I have used dozens of clients at this point, and you know, I'd say I'm okay when it comes to understanding it. Obviously there are people more fit for the job than me, but you know what, I don't know, I'm just narcissistic, I guess. The scaffold is good, the fly is good. The fly is actually non-blink, and if you don't know what that means, a non-blink fly is effectively a fly where your position is constantly accurate to, you know, what the server sees and what you see. So, you know, as I fly around, they see the same thing I do. Apparently it's not infinite, it might not be, it might be. It didn't seem to be there. But it's not like every time, you know, you fly with a blink fly, it's effectively like a teleport. Every few, you know, certain amount of blocks, you will actually be traveled that far. Like you'll sort of teleport or blink between those blocks. Whereas a non-blink fly, your position is constantly correct. What is the difference? You know, what does that mean practically though? Well, the main difference would be that when you are using a non-blink fly, I guess it might be infinite, maybe I just did something wrong. When you're using a non-blink fly, you can hit people mid-air. You can do this, right? Because your position is constantly correct. You know, the server is receiving your packets as they are, rather than, you know, as the client kind of wants it to perceive. I mean, of course, you know, it's always manipulating packets, but it's like literally in this case, your position is your position. Whereas with blink flies, if you've ever noticed, like, why can't I hit people while I'm flying? It's because that fly might be a blink fly. See, I wasn't able to do it there. I might be doing something wrong. But it's because that fly was a blink fly, because you weren't literally where you thought you were. Stolfo, I believe their non-blink fly is actually flagging, like silent flagging. So, hey, that's something that Novo actually has over Stolfo. And on top of that, Novo also has, you know, the stuff you would really just kind of hope a good client would have. It's got target strafe, it's got a very good killer, it's got an awesome fly, the speed is crispy, you know. The chest steal and inventory manager are customizable to the point where, you know, it's gonna suit your needs most likely. You can choose the slots for things, you can choose what it picks and picks up and doesn't pick up. You can't do it on a block by block basis. I think that was really mostly, if you remember it, like Ethereal Client, I believe it was called, something like that, started with an E. And that client, or Sensation as well, had it where you could like customize exactly what items. You can't do that. So if you're looking for a client where you can customize precise items, you're not going to find it here. But overall, like inventory manager, it's definitely one of the best inventory managers available for a public client. And somehow there's just clients that just straight up get inventory managers wrong. I remember Moon used to throw out tools and you weren't able to turn off it throwing out tools. You couldn't customize that. And you know, we should be able to customize that. So thank goodness you can. If you don't want your tools being thrown out, tools being thrown out, you can just say, don't throw my tools out, please. But you gotta ask nicely. And this is something that, you know, people that have been hacking for a while might recognize as being like one of those flex features, basically. It has downward scaffold. You can scaffold down, which is pretty cool. I believe Exhibition was the first to do that. Astolfo then, you know, picked up on it. A couple clients have. Remix has it now. It's kind of just become like the standard feature, like being able to downward scaffold is like a fast fly. It's like it used to be not as, you know, common or popular, but now it's just sort of become more standard. I don't think every client has it, but you know, it's kind of like a sign of a good client at this point. It's like, does it have downward scaffold though? Yes. All right, must be a quality client. And to compare it to Astolfo, do I think Astolfo is better than Novoline? Or rather, do I think Novoline is better than Astolfo? The short answer is no. I still think Astolfo is a better client. Astolfo is more versatile. You can use it on more servers. It has more modules. It's more customizable. But it's also private. You have to apply or get invited. It's also more expensive. Whereas Novoline is Hypixel specific. So if you're the type of person who only ever hacks on Hypixel, i.e. me, then you won't really find much to gripe about with Novoline. Like, especially if you haven't used a client like Astolfo, you really won't be missing out on much. And honestly, you might realize that there are certain things that you didn't realize that you did need. If you say you've used Remix before and you're like, man, I really wish I could have a bypassing client more consistently. It's like, oh, Novoline can do that? Whoa. And that's not to say that clients like Remix and whatnot are bad, but, you know, it's like, in comparison, would I rather, in its current state, would I rather use Novoline or Remix? Well, I would rather use Novoline, because Novoline is bypassing, and it's bypassing better. And people have told me in the past, like, people have been recommending and requesting that I make a Novoline video for months at this point. I think the earliest I ever got a request was probably back in like late 2019. So Novoline it's like, it bypasses consistently. And yes, I know it's Novoline. I don't care. I'm pronouncing it Novoline. So if you've been in the market for a client for Hypixel specifically, remember, if you're a generalist hacker, like you hack on Mindplex, you hack on, I don't know, the Hive, you hack on random servers, and you hack on Survival, Anarchy. If you're a generalist hacker, Novoline's not for you. Novoline is a Hypixel specific client. That's why they're able to update it and keep it ready and good in bypassing, is because they're not focused on other servers. Astolfo somehow manages to do both, which is kind of a testament to Astolfo. But, you know, if you are not one of those generalist hackers and you really just focus on Hypixel, then I would say buy Novoline. It's public. Link is in the description for their Discord. And in general, okay, I think we have an invisible player. This is a glitch. Haven't seen it so far this video, but it's kind of weird. If he doesn't live, you'll see it. The game's not over, despite the fact that it says I am the only player alive. I haven't seen this happen on Astolfo. See, I just got hit by something totally random. I haven't seen this on Astolfo, but I've really only seen this on Novoline. I don't think I've ever seen it on any other client. So that's kind of weird. They probably know about that though. Like, I literally cannot see them. Their name doesn't show up, but they can hit me. I just can't hit them. It's wacky. And sort of just a novelty thing, Novoline has a private chat for every Novoline user, and if you run across another Novoline user in your game, it will show up and you can see. I'm just gonna leave this. This is boring. I don't know who this guy is. He's just not there on my screen. But yeah, you can see other Novoline users. It's just cool. You can see other Novoline users, you know, they're chatting down there. You might have noticed that throughout the video. Maybe if you're a Novoline user, you might have recognized yourself. Maybe you showed up in the video. Who knows? So they're sharing like public parties and stuff and settings, or mostly they're just memeing. And you know, you'll come across another Novoline user and you'll be like, hey, cool. I know that guy, or I don't know that guy, and now I've made a new friend. Or you're just like, lol, nice config, loser, and then you move on. That's generally how it goes. But, you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, that's, you know, a little feature. And there's so many Novoline users because it's public that, you know, there's probably something interesting happening. Like right now they're talking about raiding a stream team, probably. I think it's probably a stream, it's just a public party that they're talking about raiding. And that's cool that you can do that. You don't have to go into the Discord. It's just like right in your game. It's like, if you're bored, you're getting bored, it's like, hey, guys, public party I just found, randomly, out of nowhere, just because they have this weird, private, public Novoline chat. It's cool. It's like you're part of a little exclusive club. And final verdict, you know, Novoline, good client, recommend, go buy it. It's quality. I'm sorry I didn't try this sooner. I definitely was supposed to. But other than that, that's gonna wrap it up. Would I recommend it over a client like Astolfo? No. If you have an Astolfo invite, or if you already have Astolfo, if you're not looking to explore your options, like if you're happy with what you have with Astolfo, you're not gonna find, you know, happiness in Novoline because you're already vibing with Astolfo. But let's say, you know, you're not satisfied with the performance of, I don't know, Moon or something. Well, you know, then get Novoline. Novoline is good. It's good. It's like comparable in quality to multiple private clients. So you got that going for you. This guy's about to do a huge TNT jump. Go. Yeet. This man is gonna fly into the stratosphere. I just walked off the edge. Also, you can't keybind from the clicked UI. I have tried. Nah, you can have it for that sick jump. Boom. Sick TNT jump. Sick TNT jump. But that's gonna wrap it up for this video. You know, if you're really interested in Novoline, there is a link in the description below. It is, you know, a very much affordable for what it is. You know, it's like as a public. Okay, that's unfortunate. But yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up on the cheating through the use of unfair game advantages screen, which is a staff ban. That wasn't Hypixel. Don't worry. Yeah, you know, that's just it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Hope you took something away. And if you are gonna get Novoline because of this video, let me know. If I changed your mind on something, also let me know. Leave a like, subscribe if you're not already. If you didn't like the content, then dislike it and don't subscribe, I guess. Or subscribe anyway. I don't know. I don't judge. That's it. Thanks so much. See you in the next one.